Good morning. I am Dr. Sachin Gurule, Assistant Professor from SSSM Arts Science Commerce College, Saikheda. So this video I am preparing as an assignment for micro teaching video in online refresher course in biological science, which is run by UGC-HRDC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. And the topic is the chordata, what is mean by chordata, and in brief we are going to learn the synopsis of classification for phylum chordata. So phylum chordata, what are the chordate organisms? The prime character of any chordate organism is the presence of notochord. Then what did mean by the notochord? The notochord is nothing but the characteristic or the primary structure of any chordate organism, is also known as a chorda dorsalis, and is a solid unjointed rod-like structure that contains the vacuolated cells which multiply rapidly and forms the peripheral epithelium. So this chorda dorsalis, so called as a notochord, lies in between the dorsal nerve cord and ventral gut region. So here in this diagram you can see the dorsal tubular nerve cord is located at the dorsal side, and the notochord just lies beneath that dorsal nerve cord, and at the ventral side you will able to found the presence of gut, that is the digestive system. Then what exactly the function of this notochord? It gives the support to the body, and it also provides the space for attachment of the body muscles. Now in this way we know that now the chordates are nothing but the animals that are provided or that has the notochord in their body. So here in this slide you can see all the organisms, they are examples of the animals belongs to the phylum chordate. So let's see some classification of this chordata. So this is the synopsis of classification of phylum chordata. Phylum chordata is divisible into the two groups, Acrania and Craniata. Acrania is also referred as a protochordata, while Craniata is also referred as the euchordata. Okay. So among the Acrania, this is the group which is also referred as a lower chordates, or in other words they are referred as a protochordate, in the sense they are primitive chordates. The characteristic feature of this group is that they do not provided with a cephalization, means the head part in the body of these organisms is completely absent, and hence they are referred as acrania, and also as they are primitive chordate, hence they are also referred as protochordata. While the second group of this phylum chordata is a craniata group, which is the well elaborated group of the animals belongs to this phylum, and they are referred as a craniata is because of the well marked cephalization is there in this animal. Cephalization in the sense they are provided with a head, or the presence of cranium is there. They are also referred as a euchordata. This is because they are true chordates, means whatever important characteristics are shown by the phylum chordata, all these characters you can able to see in this group. Okay, so in this way the phylum chordata is divisible into the two groups on the basis of whether there is cephalization or not. Okay, so let's see one by one. First of all, the acrania. Acrania, this word is coming from the Greek origin. A means absence, carrion means head, refers to the absence of head. And protochordates, the protochordata, this word is also coming from the Greek origin. It means the protos means first, and chordae means the chord, which refers to the primitive chordate organism. And if you see the examples, the examples are Balaglossus, Rhabdopleura, Hadmania, Salpa, Doliolum, Branchiostoma, or Asymmetron. So all these are the example of animals belongs to this Acrania. Then this subphylum Acrania, also called as a protochordata, is divisible into the three subphylums further, and this classification is based on what exactly the position of the notochord present in that group. On the basis of, it can be classified as a hemichordata, urochordata, and cephalochordata. Hemichordates are those organisms which are also deuterostomes. They are also provided with a pharyngeal gill slits, but mostly they are having the dorsal nerve cord. However, they lack the notochord. The hemichordata are so called because they are partial chordate, because it is believed that the notochord is only restricted into the proboscis region, and this again presence of the notochord is still the matter of question, means they are doubtful chordates, hence they are referred as hemichordates. As an adult, all and these organism or nearly all organism, they are benthic and strictly marine organism. Okay, and they're generally living into the tubes. So this is hemichordate or partial chordates. The second one is a urochordate. Urochordata are so called because the notochord is only restricted into the tail region of the larval stage, and as they become say adult, this notochord is get vanished, means they are showing the affinity towards the chordate only into the juvenile stage or into the larval stages only, but the adult, they lacks the main or primary character of chordate, that is the notochord. So notochord is absent into the adult, but yes, into the larval tails you will able to found the notochord into the tail region. So these organisms are sessile, globular or tubular organism, and often they are provided with a prominent incurrent as well as excurrent siphon, and some kind of the organism they also grows in a colony. So this is urochordates. Then third group is a cephalochordata. This cephalochordata is again the small group of fish-like acraniate organism, and they are commonly known as a landslits because if you see the shape of this organism, it looks like a landslet, okay, or blood landslet. Hence they are referred as a landslet. Now they are so called cephalochordata because the notochord is present from the anterior part of the body and it reaches up to the posterior part or the tail part of the body. Okay, hence they are referred as the cephalochordata, and moreover, this notochord is persistent throughout the life. So this is the very important character for that cephalochordata. Okay, so these are comparatively small sized animal, not exceeding 5 centimeter in length. Okay, and these organisms are also marine. They live partly buried into the soft marine sediments. So this is about the cephalochordata. So in this way, on the basis of position of notochord, these acraniata can be divisible into the three subphylums: hemichordata, which are referred as a partial chordate; urochordata, which are referred as the chordates which are having the affinity towards this group only at the juvenile or larval stage, and in the cephalochordata, this notochord is present throughout the body length and is a persistent one. Then next group of the phylum chordata is a craniata. They are also referred as the euchordata. This craniata word coming from the Greek origin, carrion means head. It refers to the presence of head, and they are also referred as a euchordate. So this is because they are true chordates. Okay, and you can able to give the examples of this group: Petromyzon, Scoliodon, Hippocampus, Rana, Calotis, Columba, Felis, Macaca, Homo. All these are the example of certain genus which is coming from this group Craniata. So here if you see the classification of further, that Craniata or Euchordata is having a single subphylum, that is Vertebrata, and this Vertebrata is due to the presence of vertebral column. In all the craniate organisms or the euchordates, whatever notochord is there, that notochord is get replaced by the vertebral column. Okay, and the presence of vertebral column is a prime character of all vertebrate organisms. Further, this Vertebrata is divisible into the two divisions, agnatha and gnathostomata. So this is on the basis of whether they are provided with a jaws or not. So first group is obviously the agnatha, is referred as the jawless organism. The further this division agnatha is divisible into the two classes. First class is the ostracodermy and second one is the cyclostomata. The ostracodermy, these are the extinct organism. They looks like a fish, but if you see their body, they are provided with a hard plate-like structure, hence they are referred as ostracoderm. While cyclostomata is the group where the jaws are absent, moreover their mouth opening is a circular, hence they are referred as a cyclostomata. While the second division is the gnathostomata. Gnatha means jaws and stoma means mouth opening. Means this is the group which is characterized by the presence of true jaws, upper jaw and lower jaw, which is present near the mouth opening. So this is the character, important character for this gnathostomata. Now further, this gnathostomata has the two superclasses, superclass Pisces and superclass Tetrapoda. Okay, so among the superclass Pisces, that word is coming from the Latin origin, and Pisces means the fish. Now this group or this superclass contains all the aquatic organisms which we are commonly known as a fishes. Okay, and it has the three classes further: placodermy, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. So this classification again is based on what kind of the endoskeleton is there, whether it is cartilaginous or whether it is bony. Accordingly, it can be classified into the three classes. While the superclass Tetrapoda, this is characterized by the animals or the highly evolved chordate organism which are provided with a four limbs or two pairs of limbs. So which is the prime character for these tetrapods. And this tetrapod contains the classes such as the amphibia, which contains the animals like a frog, salamander. Then second class is a reptilia. It contains all the reptile organism such as the turtle, snakes are there, crocodiles are there. Then the third class is the aves, which contains all the birds, and the last one is mammalia, which contains all the mammals. So this is about the classification for this group Craniata belongs to the Chordata. So in this way, this is the overall synopsis for the phylum Chordata, which can be divisible into the two groups, Acrania, Craniata, on the basis of whether they are having cephalization or not. Further, Acrania is divisible into the three subphylum, Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata. This classification is based on the position of notochord. Then Craniata, having single subphylum Vertebrata, presence of vertebral column is character. Then it has the two division on the basis of whether they contains the jaws or not, Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha further contains two classes, Ostracodermy and Cyclostomata, while Gnathostomata contains two superclasses, Pisces and Tetrapod. So this is about the organism so-called as a chordate and the classification of the chordate. Thank you. Thank you very much.